Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to our exploration about InitVerse. We would like to deep dive into this chain, and the first exploration, we are positioning our POV as someone who learned it from the beginning, from who doesn't understand everything about it, and we would like to start deep into it and learning about everything on this stuff. Yeah. So we find over here with the tagline INIChain, InitCloud, the world's first automated access on chain in 10 minutes, cut dev costs by 90% and enable lightning fast web integration. It's a very interesting that we can go on chain only 10 minutes for deploying applications. And then it's very interesting by cutting costs of 90% and then with the fast integration. So we would like to understand all of this stuff from their Twitter, of course. And don't forget for understanding everything, we should start from their social media, especially on the Twitter, just because crypto mother tongues platforms is social media X or Twitter. So we can start our journey by understanding this first. We can find over here like where's the state, the company, they are in Dubai. And then you can find over here a link tree and they start their journey from 2030 to 2023 and many kind of the informations we provide over here. Interesting, very interesting on it. And yeah, uh, if we following up by this pause, of course, we get not any deeper clue. For especially understand it, what we have to do is started from what they are based on this link tree. We would like to search first on their website and we can find over here what going on and what they are building and what the unique selling points on the Web3 aspect. What the heck is this? Why so lagging? Come on, maybe I would have to do one more. Okay. Over here, we already find that their link tree um, of InitVerse. Build a launch here the apps in a few clicks. Okay, over here we can find their X, YouTube, Discord, and also Instagram and Facebook. So after that we can find so also they have the InitVerse Innovation Labs in the link tree, and then InitVerse has as AAS, InitVerse ADrop, Twitter, Telegram, Discord, and GitHub, and then document their Medium, Instagram, YouTube, and the Facebook. So we would like to start it back from the InitVerse chain. So we use the perspective of POV that we learned it from the start, from the beginning, by understanding their document. We should have to deep dive into a project by understanding their document, what they bring, what they are going to deliver, what problems they are going to solve. So yeah, I don't know why the internet is so slow right here. Okay. We see over here in their website down everything to the bottom. It's a really good website. It's just a simple, but also explain the clarity. So the world first blockchain with TFH EVM, enabling privacy computing and dual dynamic adjustment DDA mechanism. What is this? Uh, what is this? I'm not sure also, but just because we here we are learning together, and remember we are learning together. I use the POV that we are starting the journey to understand it. So if we click over here about, we can find the what is INIChain, and then how to obtain or to get the INI token, minus scan, that's mean blockchain scanner, Genesis testnet scan, Pioneer testnet, and all the versions of INI testnet for preference only. Okay, official blockchain explorer. Oh, this is one of the Genesis testnet for blockchain, and then this is the mine tracks, mine scan, and then it is introduce how to repair engine. And then yeah, of course we should take a look first with this, introducing the mining, introducing estimate calculation, and then this developer. For developers, oh, there also have the developer aid, then recommendation tools, guidance that simply accelerate development, grant program, interesting, funding innovation project and open to all. Oh, it's really interesting. That grant for every developer to deploy on INIChain. Testnet token faucet, alright, get free testnet token faucet to smart contract testing, audit security, uh, through through continuous security audits, real-time risk monitoring, we built a trustworthy blockchain ecosystem that safeguard every transaction integrity and security. Alright, that's cool. And this is the ecosystem. This is the ecosystem, and also this community link of a news event, join community, join InitVerse, and also brand guideline. Don't forget, if we're going to understand about a blockchain, what we have to find first is their white paper. Here it is, they provide the white paper. Okay, let's have a look. Let's take a look. What about research INIChain.com white papers, or it's in the PDF file. So we want to understand it from the beginning. Every blockchains that we're going to explore, of course, we have to understand the white paper, what they are going to explain to us. Well, all right. It's immersive. Color saturation is immersive. INIChain white paper. The fastest, there we can find over here their tagline: the fastest, safest, and the smartest network generations blockchain network. Next generation blockchain network. All right, INIChain. Mm-hmm. It's been the chain is the INIChain. Okay, it's about table of the content, what they provide of the InitVerse introduction, problem statement, the privacy, transparency, and dilemma. Oh, interesting. And number three, INIChain, the privacy driven developer friendly enterprise grade decentralized network, ecosystem product, application scanner, INIChain empowering the privacy and efficiency, tokenomics, roadmap, and disclaimer. Okay, so yeah, uh, we just have to understand that every blockchain have their white paper. White paper is about the business aspect, the problem aspect, and also the tech aspect. They are going to explain to the adopter. to the old game. And then over here, in the first introduction, it's just, maybe it's telling about the introduction. So what I would like to see over here, over here, and after this. So yeah, in the first introductions, let's have a look with the introduction. Hmm, interesting. In its first introduction, InitVerse is an innovative ecosystem dedicated to advancing Web3 development. Okay, they are bring innovative Web3 advancing development. It aims to provide comprehensive support for enterprise-grade the apps development through its high-performance infrastructure. Okay, cool. It's a have a high-performance infrastructure and cutting-edge technology, which is advanced, fostering and a prosperous decentralized future. Okay, the core infrastructure of InitVerse, it's a name INIChain, is a high performance, stable, secure, and a smart chain that pioneers the integration of TFH EVM. What is the abbreviation of? You can find over here fully homomorphic encryption offer the Taurus technology into the AVM. Like if we find something that unfamiliar to our knowledge, we have to look for the meaning. Fully homomorphic encryptions offer the Taurus. So let's have a look on this one. We can see it in Gemini. Gemini. Okay. Don't forget everyone. If we find something that unfamiliar to us, we can fully ask this explanation to the AI, the fully homomorphic encryption, the FH, and we should to copy, and then we can ask over here, what is homomorphic? Okay, cool. So, okay, what is the FHA homomorphic encryption? The FHA would stand for Torus-based fully homomorphic encryption is a specific, highly efficient type of fully homomorphic encryption. It's a cryptographic primitive that allows computations to be performed directly on encrypted data. Okay, okay. I would like to process also. I would like to understand it by one. Allows computation to be performed directly on encrypted data. Oh, it's mean uh, this mechanism for of the homomorphic encryption that allow computations, I mean processing for ledgering, if I'm not mistaken, to be performed directly on encrypted data called cryptex without needing to decrypt it first. Oh, okay, got it. First time maybe for the mechanism of encrypting data, if we get the encrypted data, of course, we have to decrypt it first. We have to solve or we have to decrypt the data, what we get, the data we get. We should to decrypt it to understand. But with by this TFH homomorphic encryption, we don't need to decrypt it. It's been directly. we can understand what is inside. Okay, the result of the computation remain encrypted. Okay, the data still encrypted, and when decrypted, it's the same as the operation had been performed the original unencrypted data. Hmm, that's why it's bringing the privacy narrative. And when then decrypted, it's the same as if operations had been performed on originally unencrypted data. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, characteristic it is one by understanding, of course, by understanding it deeply, sentence by sentence. We would like to make a high convictions on our understanding. So it's mean we don't need in the technical aspect we don't need to decrypt the data to use it. We just have to the protocol is already provided, not to no need to be decrypted because regarding on the security. Okay, key characteristic of the TFH is TFH is notable for its speed and use of specific mathematical structure. Okay, torus dash. The T in the TFHA refer to the torus, which is underlying mathematical space used for computation. Okay, the torus can be seen as the interval 0 and 1. Okay, it's like 0 or 1 is like uh, mm, binary number or binary number with additions performed modulo 1 in the practice. Discrete, discretized version is used, operating over integers modulo a power of 2. Yeah, I'm not expert in mathematics, but yeah, this is we got the point. Okay. Fast bootstrapping. The effort is a particular famous. It's extremely fast gate-by-gate bootstrapping procedure. Noise problem. A core challenge in FHs is noise accumulations after homomorphic operation, like additions, multiplication. Add a small amount of noise to the crypt text is noise to grow to large. The crypt text can no longer be correctly decrypted. Okay. Bootstrapping solution is a technique that refers to crypt text by homomorphic decrypting is a process effective to reduce accumulated noise with average linguistic key. The FHA bootstrapping is so fast, it can be done in milliseconds. Oh, that's why they can be fast just because the processing not need to be encrypted. That is to make a scammer fully homomorphic means can perform an unlimited number of operations. Wow, interesting. Programmable bootstrapping, PBS, and etc. Applications security dashes. Okay, implemented as a local filter while reducing the noise in a very powerful and non-linear operation. Security basis. The FHA security base and the conjuncture are difficult to solve the learning with error, lower learning recovery and independence. Applications of the TFHA. The FHA efficiency, especially Boolean circuits that short integer arithmetic, makes it well suited to several practical privacy-preserving computations applications. Secure cloud computing. Okay, allowing the cloud server to process sensitive data, financial, medical record without ever needing to see the plain text. Okay, privacy and preserving machine learning. Okay, performing inference predictions on the encrypted data such as pure analytic genomic data or predictive factors model. Encrypted search database queries, allowing user to search encrypted database and receive encrypted result without refilling the query and the content of database. Okay, okay. We got the points of this the FH. We can find over here the YouTube also as well, YouTube explanations. But there's something interesting about the TFH. homomorphic encryptions. It's the point of the TFH homomorphic encryption. It's knowing data, understanding the data without encrypt. We don't need to decrypt it first. It means the process, it cut the process of uh, understanding the data. They cut the process of understanding data just because they don't need to decrypt the data to make a process. Okay, interesting. To come back to the white paper, the core fractures are InitVerse and INIChain is a high-performance, stable, secure, smart chain that pioneers integrations of fully homomorphic encryptions operators. Okay, technology into EVM. Through its innovative TFH EVM, INIChain enable encrypted data computation, ensuring complete data privacy, or just because the data is encrypted and do not need to be decrypted to understand it. That's mean the privacy of the data is a very secure. Okay, got it. Throughout this innovation, the feature enable encrypted data computation, ensuring complete data privacy. Additionally, InIChain enhance the efficient, okay, low gas, low gas fee, paired with the exclusive dual layer dynamic DDA mechanism, okay, like previously we read the DDA, to enhance network flexibility, ensure scalability, and achieve intelligent resource management. While maintaining decentralization and stability, this technological achievement makes Innovation an ideal foundation for enterprise-grade apps development, laying a solid foundation for Web ecosystem. By this thing, we understand what they bring is about the security and the privacy. Just because no need to decrypt, so the data are gonna be safe. That's the core pillar of the InitVerse. The InitVerse is a SaaS platform provide low-code development support to developer. Interesting. Yeah. By this performance, ideally it can be one of the enterprise development and also low code development supports the developer. It's not, yeah, I think by this thing you don't need to really high coding skill to develop, enabling them to seamlessly, rapidly create, deploy the apps on any chain. Okay, this not only significantly reduce development costs for enterprises, but also further enrich the InitVerse ecosystem. Alright. Through this ecosystem, nodes contribute to the network security while earning stable token rewards. Project team drastically lower the development costs, accelerate innovation, and the user enjoy diverse application ecosystem and can actively participate in government and decision making. Okay, by this thing, through this ecosystem, contributor network can earn stable reward. Okay, drastically development costs. Interesting. This multi-stakeholder synergy creates the positive flywheel effect. Mm, yeah. It's enjoy the diverse application ecosystem can actively participate in government and decision making. By all of this powerful impact by the chains provide like the TFH EVM and also flawless deployment. That means it can generate and put a positive flywheel effect, driving continuous growth and innovative innovative space, ultimately building a vibrant decentralized future. Okay, nice. And the second is problem statement. Problem statement, the privacy. privacy transparency dilemma. Yeah, we noticed that uh, privacy. We talk about Bitcoin is like you previously used um, in the Silk Road. If you remember the story of the Silk Road, of what is behind this dark marketplace, we might say dark marketplace, just because they sold something, some goods that illegal using a Bitcoin, and at the times, because the only things that happen in Silk Roads using Bitcoin because the privacy. Yeah, nice. This is the statement privacy transparency dilemma. Uh, okay, we jump to this thing. In the current blockchain's development environment, the technical and practical challenge faced the public blockchain significantly impact their widespread adoption in Web3. Okay, technically, yes, because development in other chains is quite hard, and then they solve the technical challenge for public blockchain significantly impact their widespread adoption in Web3. INIChain aim to address this bottleneck, okay, enabling Web3 applications to be utilized more broadly in scale. Okay, because in other protocol, maybe we find something really hard to develop just because their coding language or kind of that stuff very hard. But here, gonna be seamless just because this protocol is aimed to address the bottleneck because of the hardness or difficulty to develop. Okay, firstly, the balance between privacy and transparency has long been a major challenge in the blockchain technology. Okay, privacy and transparency. Okay, we might say it's still transparent. Everything record, everything can be seen. But the privacy, they highlight about the privacy. Yeah. As a core characteristic of blockchain, decentralization and transparency are considered to key establishing, establishing trust and ensuring data integrity, which is also design principles of the mainstream public blockchains such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. This fully transparent design allows anyone to view transaction history and fund flow. Yeah, like in Bitcoin and Ethereum and other blockchains. Also, we can find, you know, we also can find the transparency. We can still track there, but the privacy, they put a concern. Any chain, they put concern on it. So any change put the constraints, also designs mainstream blockchains like Ethereum. This fully transparent design allow anyone to view transaction history and fund flow. Yeah, in Bitcoin and Ethereum we can do that, helping to build an open, trustworthy network. So, however, this kind of transparency bring privacy issue. I see. Got it. In Ethereum or Bitcoin, yeah, there's transparency, but also the problem they face is the transparency. Not transparency. I mean privacy. Uh, Public blockchain used to be transparent, but the privacy also should be neat. Of course, like we can track everything in uh, like we can track someone or institutions. But in the Bitcoin and Ethereum example, I would like to see it in Arkham. Over here, we can say see in Arkham. So in Arkham, we can exactly knowing about who holding what. So let's have a look. Uh, we see here if we type Bitcoin, if we see Bitcoin over here, no, not this one. If we see the asset like the Bitcoin, uh, second, see in the Bitcoin and Arkham, this is the Bitcoin, and then we can see this is the transfer value of the Bitcoin blockchain itself. It's the Explorer. In 30 minutes, people transfer. And we can also see who's the holder. Stock flow, is the stock flow, market cap, FDC, and also when we see the who is holding, this check volume, funding rate, okay, top Bitcoin holders. See, this is top Bitcoin holder based on the exchanges. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. See this one. This is the institution. See this. Just now we see the institutional or a checks, but now we can see who's holding most of Bitcoin distribution. See over here. Okay, wait for a second. You can see right here is a very interesting thing. We can find or we can track the transparency data provided by Bitcoin, but we know the holders. See over here, the first Satoshi Nakamoto, of course, the creator of Bitcoin, he holding 1,096,358 Bitcoin, which is a 5%, 5.49% of the supply. And the second largest holder is the Coinbase. Wow, Coinbase holding almost 900. BlackRock, holy grail. BlackRock has more Bitcoin than Binance. Heck. And then strategy. This is MicroStrategy. Um, like we know Michael Saylor. He is the five. One, two, three, four, five. Five bigger holders. Coinbase is still the biggest. Crazy. Fidelity, and then US government or even US government holdings for so much Bitcoin. Grayscale, Upbit, wow. Oh, Upbit, Robinhood, Kraken, Bitfinex, okay. Bitfinex assets is quite, I don't know so many. This is Rapidcoin, OKX, okay. Oh, who's this address? Hmm, this is address unknown. Bitfinex, Twitter, anti-gov hacker. Oh, anti-gov hacker, or even get the name anti-gov hacker. Bybit, Gemini, government, Babylon. Oh, Babylon is the big. Babylon, Bitflyer, Bitwise, Biton, Bitreturn, etc. Now, all of this bunch of the holders, top holders of the Bitcoin, they get the transparency. We can see all of this thing, all of the holders, top holders, transparency, but the privacy, it's the meta is on the Bitcoin. Uh, we know the holders, but when we come back to INIChain, it's been the transparency also. Transparency bring the privacy issue. Of course, this is the things that going to solve by INIChain, mm, by combining transparency but also privacy. So for many application scenarios requiring privacy protections, transparency become the risk. Okay. In practice, business and individual users do not want private data exposed to the public. Individual users do not want the private data exposed in the public, especially in applications involving industries such as finance, healthcare, law, where the demand from the data privacy is extremely high. Mm. At the same time, in the AI area, many applications rely on the large amount of data achieved through more precise modeling training. However, this reliance on also brings challenges related to privacy, security, improper handling data collection, usage might lead to the personal information leaking trigger trust crisis. Okay, nice. Current public blockchain lack effective efficiency protection measures over 90 of transaction potential involving in data breaches. Make it easy to trace user through transaction history. Use the preferred blockchain from meeting needs for certain application scenario become the barrier to widespread adoption. Yeah. The point is transparency is important for the digital aspect, but the privacy above the holding, who's holding it? Imagine uh, you are whale or you have a bunch of assets, yeah, but you don't want to be exposed, of course. You want a privacy. You don't want it to be exposed. You really need the privacy for everything. Main thing you need privacy. Of course, what we need, such this problem solving, provided by any chain. It's interesting. Moreover, the difficulty of the integrating on-chain and off-chain data is another major challenge for the blockchain application. Yeah, okay. Many blockchain applications rely on off-chain personal privacy sensitive data. Okay, they are relying on the off-chain. Okay, so such as a KYC verification, user identity information, and the financial data. The integration of this off-chain and data involves not only access to cross-chain the third-party service, but also handling the significant amount of the privacy requirement. You can imagine, yeah, for many blockchains, they use combine about the storaging of the data. They storage it on chain and off chain. Off chain is of course controlled by some entities, but here they solved the problem. In Web2 world, the UK's Competition Stock Market Authority, UK Competition Market Authority, CMA, has saving data authorization and exchange in 2016 through standardized API, allowing consumers to safely enjoy more personalized and diverse financial services. This wave of open banking creates a more innovative service balancing transparency and privacy in the traditional financing sector. Returning data usage right to consumers, however, the security and authenticity. of data exchange still rely on centralized authority, namely government control. Yeah. That we know, we jump to Web3. We jump into the Web3 just because we want our uh, privacy. We want our privacy from collecting centralized. Like we know, Web2 is everything about the centralized data, like a Google, like YouTube, and many other apps. Facebook, and etc. They collect the data, and they are the one who holding our data. Uh, I mean, I mean, they're they who have the authorized our data. This is something crucial to be covered in the centralized aspect that we really need such this protocol. However, the security is authentic that exchange will still really centralized authority. Yeah, we know the centralized namely government control. In the decentralized Web3, when on-chain application need to use for identities or pass verification data for transaction or authorization, how to securely perform on-chain, off-chain, and the third-party data interaction while ensuring user privacy remain technical challenge. The combinations between on-chain and off-chain data and the third-party data interaction while ensuring privacy is still technical challenge. Although current privacy technologies and zero-knowledge proof have achieved breakthrough in the privacy protection, significant limitations remain. The computation cost of technology is high, and the verification process requires a large amount of resource. Okay. Existing privacy protection solutions increase performance overhead by average 200 and 400, which greatly limits the application to large blockchain. Okay. Yeah, in compared to ZK also bringing the privacy, but is for 200 and 400 percent overhead by average. Limit the application in large blockchain. Furthermore, ZK proof lacks scalability. Okay, that the ZK proof is lacks scalability, making it difficult to maintain efficiency during extensive on-chain interaction. Therefore, they cannot meet the dual requirement of performance cost enterprise level application. This limitation highlights the need for more scalable and lower cost solution achieving privacy protection. Okay, uh, from this reading, we understand first the privacy is a very important aspect that we have to cover as investor. I mean, our data is everything. Moreover, in Web3 world, yeah, we should have to cover it, and we should have to limit our data lake by this protocol, INIChain. They solve the true significant problem. The transparency, of course, transparency still have gonna be something like uh, common or something must in Web3 industry. Transparency is the matter just because Web3 is for transparency. But the privacy is something highlighted by any chain to be the protocol for the great enterprise to deliver their asset and its growth. This thing is a very interesting. So yeah, maybe I think this is for the first phase of our exploration in any chain. Maybe I would like to continue in the next video for this upcoming explanation. There will be the second part.